following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, go Cowboys!
This is Mick Shots, streaming live on DallasCowboys.com and the official Dallas Cowboys app. Now, here are Bill Jones, Everson Walls, and Nicky Spagnola.
And here it is, a wonderful Wednesday inside the SWBC podcast studio at the Star in Frisco. Bill Jones, Everson Walls, and Mickey Spagnola. Cowboys on the practice field on a very windy day. It's a windy Wednesday. It's not a wonderful Wednesday. It's a windy Wednesday here.
Sounds like the title to the show. Windy Wednesday.
There you go. He's always looking to how do you title it when you send it out on social media? And there you go. All right, so a windy Wednesday, and so I can understand why the team was not outside on the practice field.
They were inside.
Because we got to fix this passing game, or we're not going to be able to do it in the wind.
And it was basicno walk-through practice.
Was it?
Yes, no pads, no helmets.
Because of the passing game?
No.
Well, no game. Like, whoa.
No wonder they can't get it corrected. They never work out.
What do you think? What do you think Jimmy would have said in December? No pads on Wednesday.
Oh, he would have quit.
He
would have
quit.
Retired right before
No,
the
they
season.
just did it for health reasons. I mean, not health reasons, but not to wear the guys out. Try to keep them.
Yeah, you can't say health reasons.
Yes, I know. I know.
We've been through that already.
Yeah.
Now everybody else is going.
And now it's going. Yeah, and it's even expanding.
But
so we're good though,
here.
right?
Yeah, we're good here.
So far,
outside of Cedric Wilson.
Cedric Wilson's so far the only one.
Well, we just played,
and that's
against
after
the team.
playing the team that half of them are in COVID reserve.
So what's going on?
Just goes to show you can't catch it out on the field from the other team, I guess. Or maybe Washington caught it from Dallas and then whatever.
There you go.
or
Washington wasn't close enough to the Cowboys.
There you go.
Remember that was last year, the Minnesota game, wasn't it? Like the receiver for Minnesota.
Jefferson?
No.
Thielen?
Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
He tested positive like the day after the game.
They dogged out Brown.
And so that was the thing.
So Brown shouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, he didn't.
Thielen's catching
he
one
was socially distanced.
passes.
Yeah, that's right. But look at him now, huh? Look at Anthony Brown now.
That's right.
All right.
Now he's missing interceptions.
It's all week to week with you. Isn't it?
Come on.
Now he's missing interceptions.
I mean, come on.
Well, that's after they picked on him. The officials picked on him Thanksgiving Day, and now
he has improved. There's no doubt about it.
Yep.
He's a better player at this time last year, really, this time this year than he's ever been in his entire career.
More confident.
He is more confident. He's looking for the ball, hands, all of that. He can get on the hands team later.
And Trayvon proved that in the game on Sunday, that as long as you turn your head around, you can be as close as you want to the receiver.
I mean, it was like 101. Okay, here's how you do it, Brown. You say, "Watch me." Okay, I'm turning. I mean, that's just what it seemed like to me. I wonder if Brown went,
It's just hard to know when to turn when the ball's 5 yards short of where it's supposed to be.
Now, here's the thing: when you're out there, you're too afraid to turn around.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Sodom and Gomorrah. You want to see it, but if you do, it's over.
It's burning sulfur.
Yeah, and that's what he is. He smells like sulfur.
Well, didn't that ever?
You read your Bible, Everson?
I did, sir. Thank you very much.
Didn't it ever go through your head though? It's like, well, if I turn and I miss the ball, then it's a touchdown.
And that's where the fear comes in.
And so if I give up the reception, I can tackle.
I'd rather flail and go forward looking for the worst case scenario, which is where the touchdown is.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you don't turn around, he's going to still make you look foolish. And your options are a PI or a touchdown. You see?
We have a technical difficulty.
How
happened
do you
here.
plug this thing in anyway? I lost my
That's all right.
headset.
We
It
don't
got
need you,
ripped.
Bill.
Okay,
You can hear us, can't you?
I can hear you in the studio here. Okay, you talk. Tell us what we need to know while I try to figure this thing out.
Man, Chris is coming in here in a minute. He's going to save us all. He'll save us.
What's happening?
It's right here.
You just continue on. Continue on.
Where we at? Burning
Let me see
sulfur?
your. Let me
It's
see.
underneath, right here.
We were at burning sulfur?
It doesn't fit there. There it goes. All right, now
That's what she said.
continue on. What's happening?
We are off the rails.
Yeah, I wish I had a real injury report since they didn't do much.
We need something right here, Spags.
Tony Pollard was at least out there and he was working on the chords. Okay, we can get this thing back on track.
Yes, please.
Zeke said he.
That's good news about Tony Pollard.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, when you got a torn plantar fascia.
But he was working on the chords last week too.
And the way our running game is going, we got to have it. We need.
Yeah, forget the passing game. What about the running game?
Well, I don't know. The coach said it got better.
Kellen Moore did.
It did. I thought it did.
It did.
Yeah,
I mean, they had more yards.
Yeah,
Just
Zeke
wasn't
had a nice average and all.
Wasn't effective enough.
To me, if you can just give them doubt, it's effective. But you have to answer that ineffective running with effective passing.
Right.
If he completes the passes, if the blocks are made better, and I get it, the reason that they're so much closer defensively, the reason that we're getting the pressure is because there is no threat of run. Yes, I understand that. But you still have to keep them honest. And if we make those plays regardless of the pressure and we stick to the game plan, then the running game would be thought of in a much better light.
And I think it's pretty obvious what teams are doing, and CeeDee Lamb kind of pointed it out, how teams are playing that shell coverage and basically making us execute underneath. And they don't want to give up the big play. So, and I think we said it yesterday, teams want to see if the Cowboys can go 80 yards in 12 plays. They don't want them going 80 yards
and we can. We've shown that we can do it.
You just got to execute.
We've shown that we can do it.
Right.
And like you said, they're not bringing down the safety because we haven't shown that we can run the ball.
And that's what they're inviting you to do.
Right.
It's like, okay, if you can do this, and the reason is the offensive line has to play better, and now Tyron Smith's going to miss this game. I think things look like Mike said, well, we'll do what we've been doing, which means it's either Steele or Ty Nsekhe. I get the feeling it's Steele, right? There's no way they're going to move somebody. Everybody, well, they're going to put Lale Collins on the left side and Steele on the right. And it's like, no, what do you want to do that? Then you're weakening both spots.
Right.
So just let him there. And then Stephen pointed out that there would be a conversation about left guard. Just judging from the part of practice we get to see when they do drills, we don't get to see team. It looks like they're having that conversation. And in my opinion, Connor Williams needs to be back at left guard. I don't know that they're going to listen to me, but I think that's what needs to happen.
I have not seen improvement at left guard with McGovern.
The only thing they cut down on were penalties.
Right.
And so maybe now – how many games?
Don't tell the referees.
That's what I was just getting ready to say. That's what I was just getting ready to say.
That's what you do. You don't put Williams on the back of his jersey. You put Connor, and then they don't know which Connor's in.
What's it been? Has it been 4 games? Because it was Kansas City, the Raiders, New Orleans, and Washington. So 4 games. Mm-hmm. So maybe now this crew comes in and it's like they don't know that everything he did, they were going to throw a flag for holding. And maybe he will have learned that make your initial block, and then you don't have to pancake the guy, right?
That's
don't drive him into the ground.
That's where the poise comes in. You have the initial big hit,
right?
And then from there you have to think.
Then just let him go.
Yes.
It's over.
And that's once you have to have the patience in your head. Have that clock in your head. You know that the quarterback hopefully has gotten rid of the ball at that time, and then you have to play accordingly.
And even in the running game, once you stun him, that guy's out. He's done.
You got to know the back's gone. You got to know he's gone. You have to believe that he's gone.
Because it happened to Tyron Smith in this last game when they called him for holding. If you go watch it, he had the guy blocked, and then when the guy goes to run and turns, and then he kept trying to keep blocking him. You just get your hands off.
And move your feet.
Yeah, right.
We do that as DBs and linemen. You have to remember your hands and feet work together. Okay, they work together. They're in unison.
Right.
And when you're not thinking, hands, no feet, or either feet, no hands.
The problem for Tyron is one of his feet isn't working right.
Ain't footing right? You know what?
It ain't footing right. I like that.
I mean, if you think about it, if you've ever done like mountain biking, and you learned this when you were a little kid, when you're trying to do something difficult, turn or whatever, you got to keep pedaling.
Yeah.
You don't quit pedaling,
no.
right? Because if you pedal, then you power yourself through the turn. But once you quit, you're in big trouble.
Your footwork in almost pretty much every sport. You learn when kids are young, we put them on soccer teams because that's good for your footwork. So now all of a sudden you go from soccer to baseball. Well, yeah, your footwork has to be great. Yeah, the hands, of course, but to get to the ball in a proper manner and be able to pick it up, set your feet to throw.
Right.
The quicker you do those things, the better athlete you are. All of that comes from footwork.
The only drawback of that soccer thing is if you choose to participate.
Well,
I've seen so many young people out there, it's like,
son,
I'm just kind of run up and down.
Tony Hill's son,
yeah.
one of the better athletes I've seen as a young man. When he started off as a kid, I remember seeing Tony Hill at the soccer matches, and his son would be at midfield picking flowers. And he turned out being one of the better athletes that you want to see. I believe he went to Plano. They ended up going to the state finals in basketball, or semifinals in basketball. He was the point guard. He was just that kid.
Right.
He started off sitting down at the 50-yard line while the rest of the team is trying to score. He's picking daisies. So,
and he wasn't alone, I guarantee
I bet
you.
he wasn't.
I've seen that. That's why the one time I had to conduct it was youth soccer practice, right? It was girls. And I don't know, they were probably...
Can you imagine, Mickey?
5th grade or so,
He's ranting
4th grade.
Right.
Mickey rants.
No, the thing I noticed was they didn't understand the necessity to go run after the ball and be the first one to get there, right?
Did you demonstrate?
I did. You know what I did? I saw this in a high school. It was Bobby Knight was conducting a seminar at a high school basketball coaches convention, and he called 2 guys from the crowd up onto the stage, and he had one over there and one over there, put a $20 bill in the middle, and he just shouted out, "First one to get it, it's yours." And you've seen these 2 guys just scramble, right? And he goes, the bottom line is there's got to be a consequence to every drill you do as a coach. There's got to be a goal, and there's got to be a consequence.
There's got to be a motivation.
So I said, okay, I don't know nothing about soccer, but I do know you got to go get the ball.
That's it.
And so I put them in 2 lines, and I said, all right, I'm going to roll the ball down the middle. The first one in each line go. First one that gets there, that team gets a point. The team that has the most
you were gonna
points.
give them money.
No, they didn't have to run laps afterwards. And you saw
I thought you were
all
going
of
to throw a dollar bill down.
all
man.
of a sudden you saw these girls tearing ass to get to the ball, right? Because they didn't want to run laps. And
So what you do with Connor Williams is you fine him if he gets holding calls.
Right.
And that way he will stop. You have to have an incentive there at the end.
the incentive is not to lose your starting job, right?
There you go.
So-
and he is a free agent to be. So
Right.
there's your financial incentive at the end of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. So from an injury standpoint, I don't know what they're going to put on because it wasn't a practice. They're going to project. But Mike said that they would probably project Zeke as full. He was out there. Donovan Wilson was out there too. So I don't know if he's getting closer
It's
or
groin,
not.
right?
I think it was was it a chest? I'm trying to remember. Groin, chest, one of the two.
It's probably chest because he hits hard.
Yeah.
I'm sure he went in.
And so they would like to get him back out there for sure. But everybody else that we kind of took a look at, they were out there. I don't see that I have anybody else that was missing.
But while you look for that, everyone's been speculating on Dak.
McEwen was out there. So that
Tight
was
end.
the tight end, and he was actually doing some special team stuff. So that was encouraging. So no Tyron, no Cedric Wilson, and I told you about the other guys. So yeah, we'll see where all that goes.
Dak. What's he
Wilson was
talking
a
about?
shoulder.
Shoulder.
Shoulder for
Okay.
Donovan Wilson.
Thanks.
Chris.
So, yeah, they could use him back out there.
All right, everybody's talking about Dak. What's Dak talking about, Dak?
Dak was fine. I see it. You know what? He got no problem throwing against air.
That sounds.
There's no.
That sounds very.
There's no
very
injury,
promising.
right? Like he can't throw on the run. He was, they practiced that where they roll out and throw on the run. He had no problem with that. He had no problem with 30-yard passes he was throwing. The ball wasn't hitting the ground. So maybe
sailing on him.
Yeah. So maybe keep the pocket clean.
What was his words? Did he speak on it?
Oh, no,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Thursday is Dak Day.
Zeke was today, which I
Parsons talked today, too.
And Parsons was really good, by the way.
You want to report on that when we come back here?
Yeah, let's
do
come
that.
back because that's a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I've got a little something on Micah Parsons as it relates to what this day is around the country right now, National Signing Day. A look back
There
at
you
Micah
go.
Parsons when he was recruited out of Pennsylvania just a short time ago, when Mick Shots continues in a moment.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Brace yourself for an existential question. Has your butt been having enough fun lately? Have you been treating it well? Has it been going places? If not, then it's about time you start using SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best way to get your butt tickets to live events. Just ask the thousands of other butts who have rated it the #1 ticketing app. So what are you waiting for? Download the app now or visit SeatGeek.com to get tickets to sports, concerts, and live events and make your butt happy. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
How great would it be to travel to watch the Cowboys win on another team's turf? Pretty great. But honestly, just watching the game from anywhere but your house would be fun. Even a hotel bar with some guy named Phil from St. Louis who thinks Oakland still has a team. So whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com. Proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
At AT&T, everyone, new and existing customers, get our best deals on every smartphone. Why? Because you deserve it. For turning your living room into your office and your gym. For teaching Grandma how to video call. And teaching her again.
It's the button on your left, Nana. Okay, your other left.
It's not complicated. Everyone deserves something new. So AT&T is giving everyone, new and existing customers, our best deals with every unlimited plan on every smartphone, even the latest ones.
AT&T may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Restrictions and exceptions may apply.
Back to Mick Shots.
Well, I know at this point in every show, we expect Mickey Spagnola to have a flawless read of a script that's in front of him. And we're going to announce at this time that you're going to have to wait until the next segment where you will get two for the price of one.
Such somber
two
news.
scripts
It's so somber. I was
back
like,
to back.
how will
from
we
I
ever
thought we had a
do
bad
this?
announcement or something. Jeez. Mostly at this time.
All right, so that's something to look forward to in the next segment of Mick Shots. In this segment, you want to talk Zeke, you want to talk Micah.
Let's talk Micah first.
Man.
Okay.
What do you think?
And my little note on Micah Parsons.
Yes.
I'll start with this. Everson, you remember your National Signing Day when you signed out of Berkner High School in Richardson and went to Grambling?
I believe that did not happen. I don't think
There
that
was no
happened.
signing day?
No signing
No
day. I
s-
barely got a scholarship to Grambling. I had to follow my girlfriend to school.
Did she get
Come
a
on.
scholarship?
Huh?
Did she get a scholarship to Grambling?
In a way.
Okay.
Her uncle worked. He coached on the staff. So
Okay,
we'll
there
leave
you
that.
go. There you
Is the
go.
statute
So
of
she got
limitations
a-
run out yet?
There you go. There you go. All right. So Micah Parsons was in the class of 2018 out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Right.
Okay. And if you recall his recruitment, Ohio State was on him at first. And then they had to bow out because there were some things going on that smacked of violations. And so they had to bow out of his recruiting.
At Ohio State.
Yeah, at Ohio State. So he winds up going to Penn State. He was The number 4 ranked player, according to, I believe it was ESPN, the number 4 ranked player in the nation, number 2 ranked defensive end coming out. The thing that I found interesting looking at his recruiting page, they listed him. Guess what his 40 time was coming out of high school? What they said his 40 time was?
4.3.
Nope.
4.2 something?
4.66.
4.66.
He was listed at 6'3", 241 pounds, which and you can see why he was listed as a defensive end coming out. And at 4.66 40 time is what they listed him at. And what he run at the combine, 4.36 or something like that.
He did a 4.36 and a 4.39.
Right.
My
right.
goodness, 4.36.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
And so the number 1 ranked defensive end coming out of that draft was he is at Clemson now, and I'm looking for his name.
And he's still at Clemson.
He has just finished up at Clemson, and where is he? Where did he go on this? Okay, 3.5 sacks this year at Clemson. Okay, but we'll know all about him when he Xavier Thomas is his name. And he started 9 games for Clemson this year. He was the number 1 ranked defensive end coming out that
in the
year.
nation?
In the nation.
Not Pennsylvania.
No, in the nation, and goes to Clemson. And Parsons was the number 2 ranked defensive end. So Parsons is here working on 12 sack season in the NFL. Not to dig on this guy at Clemson,
and only
it just shows you how rare the talent that Micah Parsons is.
And only had 2 years at Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to the Big 12, Big 10.
I mean, this is 2021, the 2022 recruiting class now,
right?
For high school. I mean, it's just it's amazing how quickly they go from high school to the NFL.
So he only played 2 years at Penn State
and only started 1
because of COVID. He didn't play his last year.
He didn't play his last year
because the Big 10 was going to cancel the season, remember?
Yes.
And when they canceled the season, he said, okay, well, there's no sense me hanging out. I'll get ready for the draft. He ended up getting an agent. And then like 2 weeks later, the Big 10 goes, oh, no, wait a minute, we're going to play. And it's like, well, can I play? And it's like, no, you got an agent.
Could you imagine
College
how tough
football.
it was for Michael Parsons
to not play?
Not play football for an entire year.
Yes.
Well, and then now...
Because he has a hard time coming out for one play.
Right, in preseason.
Yeah.
Well, think about for colleges now, even though technically they don't have agents, they do have agents now in college football because here it was just months after Parsons was drafted by the Cowboys, the NIL legislation passes, and so now college players are making money and yeah, technically they don't have agents, but there are agents brokering those deals with them.
So, by the way, since you brought that up, your guy from Southlake, is he going to Texas?
Yeah, he's going to Texas. Quinn Ewers. Yep, quarterback who
so
went
his
to Ohio
contract he signed at Ohio State, does that NIL continue?
I don't know if it's upfront money that they get on those deals, and I'm pretty sure it's probably upfront money that you get. Reportedly, it was 7 figures. It was over $1 million.
See, they're not going to put the genie back in the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
This whole thing of recruiting, you go there for 1 semester and you leave.
Well, and the whole transfer portal thing now too.
Yeah.
College football coaches are recruiting. They have to recruit their own roster to make sure that their own players don't go to the transfer portal, and then they're recruiting from the transfer portal much more so than high school teams. One of the local teams that has a number of players that have gone on to college football at the highest level and on into the NFL, Aledo High School, their coach this year, normally at a normal practice during the spring or fall, they might have as many as 13 college coaches
at
their practice. They didn't kick them out. They aren't showing up. This year, the coach at Aledo said he had 2 college coaches on campus this year, and he had some of the top recruits in the nation because the college coaches aren't recruiting the high schools now. They're recruiting the transfer portal instead.
Really?
Amazing. So back to Parsons, and obviously it was going to come up this week about the comparisons with LT. They're playing the Giants, and so somebody asked him about it, and he said, "Yeah, I've kind of heard it." He goes, but I definitely say it's a way too early to compare me to a Hall of Famer. He had 142, meaning sacks, so he knew that, right?
He's looked him up. Who is this LT guy they keep talking about?
He had 100. He said he had 142. I still got 130 to go, so I got a long way to go still. But he said, I'm honored to be, in compared to that elite company. But I've got a lot of work to put in. So he's really got a good head on his shoulders.
When you look at LT, you look at Derek Thomas. You look at a guy like that, two guys like that. You could always find them. You always knew where they were going to be.
Right, because they're
always on one side or the other.
Right.
They would switch sides. They were just both that good. But when it comes to Parsons, you never know where he's coming from.
Exactly.
He was just as effective coming from the middle as he was lined up at defensive end. And that, to me, makes him stand out more than them. This is a middle linebacker that is playing like this. He is not on the line of scrimmage all the time when he makes the biggest impacts in the game. That is different. You always knew that Derek Thomas and Lawrence Taylor were going to make their plays on the other side of the ball. They rarely made their plays on both sides of the ball.
You know what? He pointed that out. The thing he pointed about LT, he said he looked up stuff, and he goes, he was the guy that set the tone for a linebacker being an edge rusher.
Yes.
Because he was always coming off
the edge. Yes.
And he goes, and he made that position important.
I mean, we can go back further. I mean, was it Bobby Bell?
Yeah, Kansas City.
Guys, that dude. Let's just be real. He was LT before LT. So I'm definitely aging myself. But when I saw video of him playing and then saw video of LT playing, now you see guys like D. Ware. We talked about Derek Thomas. To me, Parsons is still more unique than even all of those people. That is crazy to say.
Because those guys didn't drop in coverage.
They did not drop in coverage.
Never.
No.
And this guy's running 30 yards downfield on that one play.
Come on, man. Almost getting paid. He affected the interception that J-Ron got 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Which ended up being an amazing play on J-Ron's part. But just to even get to that point, he's down the field. I believe it was it wasn't Kamara, but with the running back. It was with the backup running back.
The backup running back.
And he jumped. I mean, he made a play on the ball. He didn't just run down there and got in the way. He made a play on the ball.
And he did another one this past week.
That's crazy.
So, yeah. He's he understands, what everybody's saying, but he's still like, okay, I'm still got a lot to learn.
Yeah.
And what's going to give the Giants problems is their offensive line, other than Andre Thomas, right? The first-round draft choice, that the guy, the tackle?
Right.
Other than him, their offensive line, especially in the middle, I've been told, is kind of shaky.
Andrew,
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. And he's playing against his buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barkley, right? Barkley's.
And so that middle, if they're soft in the middle, well, where do you think they're going to stand him up, right? Mm-hmm. They're going to, and then the other guys, they may.
I told you we didn't need anyone on the outside. I told you before this past game, with D-Law back, Gregory back, we don't even need him out there anymore.
But they put him out there as a strong side linebacker, as a fifth guy coming, right? And so, and now you got a backup quarterback in Glennon, and if they have Fromm out, Fromm is that Fromm out there? Fromm.
He's from Georgia.
He's from Georgia. That's gonna. Those guys they're gonna be holding the ball an extra second, trying to figure things out, and they ain't gonna have an extra second. So, yeah, the Cowboys' defensive front could feast in this game.
They really could,
and they need to too, just to make sure.
And
cover things.
That's the thing you worry about with these games. The discipline still has to be there.
Right.
You can feast without being uncoordinated. You see, that's what I want them to continue with the focus of doing it the right way. And then the pressure's going to come. Don't get too anxious.
And I'll guarantee you, Freddie Kitchens
That's right.
He's going to
Offensive
throw
coordinator.
a bunch of little screens to try to slow him down. Yeah, he got sacrificed.
Yes, he did.
You know,
that's all right. Everybody's going. Everybody's going after this.
Right.
They're all on the way out.
It's a great advantage for him. I'm sure he gets his money the rest of the season, gets a head start on.
That's what Jimmy did for me. Get rid of me now, Jimmy, so I can go
and do it. Right. That's what they're going to do. Some smoke screens.
A couple of coaches on this staff. I mean, Dan Quinn. You think things turned out pretty well for Dan Quinn after being let go 5 games into the season last year?
Because I'll guarantee you the Cowboys didn't wait to January to figure out Dan Quinn was the next defensive coordinator.
Right.
You know, they knew it by Thanksgiving. Oh, okay, we're going to go after this guy. Yeah, absolutely. And the same thing with the other assistants that they brought in. You know, we all talk about Dan Quinn, but Joe Witt, bringing him into the secondary, I think has made a difference. Dirty, the defensive line coach, Aiden, you know, they knew they were going to get him, and I'll guarantee you they knew that George Edwards going to get moved up to the linebacker coach, even though they kept him as the senior defensive assistant or whatever title he has. You know, and somebody asked, well, what are they going to do if Dan Quinn leaves? It's like, George Edwards, don't let him leave because he's pretty good.
There you go.
And Parsons had a really neat thing because they were talking to him about how he goes out there and he goes, now me and George, we get into it because he wants me to do certain things a certain way, and I start freelancing. And he basically says, okay, that's fine as long as you make the play.
That's it. Spoken like a true coach.
If you don't make it, then we're going to have a talk.
if you go out of bounds and you make the play, nobody's going to say anything. But if you don't make the play, I had nothing to do with it.
We're going to have words, he said. He told me, we'll have words when you come to the bench.
And when the coach asked who was the problem, I'm going to point at you. You were the one.
And one other thing on Micah, and it just occurred to me, there have been 2 guys in my time covering the Cowboys. The first time I saw them when they walked into the building, I said, this guy's going to make it. He's going to make it big. One of them was Micah Parsons. He walked in here the first day after the Cowboys drafted him, he came into the TV studio and I did an interview with him. I came away from that interview saying, that's a slam dunk draft pick. This kid, he just had a presence about him. You know who the other guy was?
DeMarcus Ware.
Everson Walls.
Emmett Smith.
Oh,
really?
When he walked in with that polka dot outfit, I said at Valley Ranch when he got drafted, I said anybody who's going to walk into this place wearing that, he's going to make it.
He's comfortable.
If he has the cojones to walk in with that,
he's comfortable in his own skin. Right?
He always was.
All right, you got a Zeke story to tell?
Yeah,
we're going to do that in a moment here on Mick Shots, and Mick has a couple of reads that he has for us in just a moment.
2 reads. There you go.
The Medal of Honor is our country's highest military award for valor in combat. More than 40 million individuals have served in the armed forces since the Civil War. Fewer than 4,000 have received the Medal of Honor. The National Medal of Honor Museum will be a place to preserve these legacies and inspire America. It's being built right next door to the Dallas Cowboys in Texas. Help us honor our country's greatest heroes. Learn more and get involved at mohmuseum.org.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way. Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
Before there was a draft, you could size up a cowboy by 3 simple factors: the crease in his hat, the bend of his brim, and his unbending attitude. A man's Stetson didn't just protect him from what life threw at him, it projected a rugged, unstoppable spirit. Stetson hats are still American-made with pride right here in Texas. They're still the unofficial crown of all self-respecting Cowboys, and Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Find a retailer nearest you at stetson.com/Cowboys.
Back to Mick Shots.
Celebrate Christmas at the Star with Cowboys Christmas Extravaganza, powered by Reliant. The 20-minute show electrifies the Star in Frisco with a powerful mix of game day excitement and Christmas cheer. Don't miss the final 2 shows on Friday and Saturday. Admission and parking are free. For more information, visit thestardistrict.com. And should you go to the Star during this holiday season, visit the Star to get your photo with Santa, presented by Monument Realty. Santa Claus will be at the Cowboys-themed cottage in the Star District, across from Ascension on the Star Boulevard through December 24th. Deadline's coming up. For more information and to book your photo, visit thestardistrict.com/Santa. Not Atlanta.
Man, that was good, Spag. Except for it's realty, not realty.
Realty?
Realty.
Did you do both of them?
I did.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention to the first one.
That's why he's tired.
I combined them and see it. It was so seamless you didn't even realize it.
I didn't even notice.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow, this is the last weekend before Christmas coming up here.
I guess I got to do some shopping.
All right, Zeke. Let's talk Zeke.
This was funny. They asked him about COVID, right? All the teams wanting to know if they were doing anything differently here to try to keep themselves safe. And he went through this long answer about, we know what we have to do to stay safe, da-da-da, da-da-da. And then Kelvin Watkins asks him, yeah, but what about, if you wanted to go somewhere or do something, do you think twice about it? I shouldn't do that. And he goes, I don't know what you're asking. And he goes, well, the Mavericks are playing the Lakers. Would you stay away from that to stay out of these big crowd? And he goes,
LeBron's coming to town.
Right. And he goes, and LeBron's coming to town. And he goes, well, I'm going to game.
Yeah, I was going to say. He probably didn't know. Oh, damn, LeBron's coming? Oh. Yeah, well,
I'm going to the game.
I don't know how to skirt this because you're going to see me at the game.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That was the hesitation.
He did it. That was the. It was like, okay, somebody's going to see me there. Right? Because he ain't sitting in the stands. He's got courtside seats, right? Yeah.
He's been in enough trouble and been caught on camera enough to know what's going on.
So one more note on Parsons.
I was going to say something. I won't say it.
Don't say it.
He's got 9.5. Parsons.
St. Patrick's.
Parsons has 9.5 sacks in the last 6 games, and the last 2 guys to win Defensive Player of the Year. In 2019, Nick Bosa finished the season with 9, and Chase Young this last year finished the season with 7.5. Mm-hmm. So he's got 12, but 9 in 6 games. He's probably going to be the Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Such a unique position.
And then we'll see what happens with Player of the Year as things go, since LT's the only one to have done that in 1981.
I haven't studied who the other defensive. Well, Myles Garrett has 15 sacks now.
Myles Garrett, yeah.
He's leading in sacks.
And Myles is from
Arlington Martin.
Mm-hmm.
In Texas A&M.
There you go.
He had in high school, one high school game, he had 8 sacks.
It's funny. By the way, Vegas will not let you vote on Rookie Defensive Player of the Year anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
they pulled it off the board?
They pulled it off the board.
So
that is impact, guys.
TJ
come on, that's impact right there. Come on.
TJ Watt leads the league in sacks, 16.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Garrett's got 15. Bosa, San Francisco's Bosa's got 14. Robert Quinn's got 14.
14, that's right.
And then Hendrickson, Cincinnati, and Juden, New England, 12.5, and then Parsons. So he's actually 7th, but he's only 2 away from being 3rd, and he's obviously the leading rookie.
And it's not just,
it's not just the sacks.
Of course. Right. He's everywhere. He's all over the field.
And he doesn't just sack them, right? He knows where the ball is.
It's scary. It's scary how he does sack them. That's why they compare it to LT, because he didn't just sack them. I mean, it was like you can see it coming. It's almost like when you're out in Africa and you see the jaguar going after the prey. That's kind of how it is. You can just see him sizing it up quickly, and you know it's inevitable.
Ask Taysom Hill about it.
You know,
on that one that he's rolling. He thinks he's going to run around this guy, right? And all of a sudden it's zoom.
Yeah,
Mahomes.
Yeah,
same thing. I mean, these are people that usually they can get rid of that.
Yeah,
you know, they can counter that with their own talents. It's no way. You can't get away.
Yeah.
So the Super Bowl's headed to Vegas.
Yes.
And that would be Super Bowl 58. So February of 2024. This is Super Bowl 56.
That came out of the NFL meetings here in Dallas.
So we got SoFi this year.
Yep.
And next year we have
Mickey.
I'm trying to think who had a new stadium. Or did they have one already set?
Super Bowl 57. Man, it'll be 30 years after the Cowboys went in Super Bowl 27. Unbelievable.
It's time.
It's crazy. And the 57th Super Bowl will be played at Glendale, Arizona State Farm Stadium.
Huh, they get another one.
Mm-hmm. When are we going to get another one here? You got a bid on it.
I think this is some reason 2027 sticking in my mind. I don't know why.
That's the next time they're going to make the bid?
Because I think Vegas is the last new stadium, right?
That'd be like 17 years after hosting one.
Seattle didn't have a new stadium, and it's outdoors, and you can't count on the weather there. No one else.
They thought of that when they built it.
What's that?
We'll probably we'll never get a Super Bowl here.
Another one
in Seattle.
In Seattle.
Seattle.
Yeah,
they built that. I think before that little.
Yeah, but the Giants had an outdoor Super Bowl.
Yeah, they did, but they had a new stadium. Seattle's stadium is not new at all.
Okay.
I'm just going through my Rolodex of stadiums. I can't think of another brand new one, right? There's a couple that need a new stadium.
I was thinking Cincinnati.
And so
yes, at Washington.
So, but this was going to be a New Orleans Super Bowl,
and
the Super Bowl 58.
It was going to be the same week of Mardi Gras.
Right.
And I don't think they deserve one before we should have one.
New Orleans.
In New Orleans,
yeah, they could have moved it here, right?
Yeah.
So the New Orleans, the reason New Orleans is up on the pecking order is not because of the stadium itself, although it's not a bad stadium for what it is, but it's not a new stadium. It's because of the logistics of New Orleans and what there is to do.
They should have it there every year.
No, they should have it here every year.
That's right.
Well, now with
we've built up around that stadium
district
now.
That's what I'm saying, guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's stuff to do. There's another hotel there.
It's the DFW, guys. It's enough room, hotels, and anything you want to do here.
And chances are the weather will never be that bad again.
Yeah, it was the ice that killed it.
God.
But they can't judge us on that.
I know.
I mean, that's like saying, I remember the year after that was in Indianapolis.
Well, the other problem.
And it was 50 degrees because I was there. There was no rain, no snow. So you can't expect the weather to be as unusual as it was back then.
Mm-hmm.
That was an aberration.
Yes.
Well,
when was the last time that we had a February like that?
Yeah.
Oh, it was this
last year. Even worse.
That didn't help, did it?
And you know what? About the same week, right?
Uh-huh.
It was February.
There's no
13th,
way our
14th.
grids. We would not let our grids go down like that anymore.
I'm glad you trust them. Because we certainly didn't do much to punish them.
Now, the Pro Bowl this year is in Vegas.
Yes.
So
you get the Pro Bowl.
The Pro Bowl will be in Vegas the week before.
This year.
This year. 2022.
And then
February.
And then Vegas gets.
So the Cowboys won't be playing in the Pro Bowl.
No,
and,
that's right.
Yeah. So. Right.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. They gave.
I was trying to think. Is anybody going to get elected?
They gave 2025 to New Orleans.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's no.
They gave 2025 Super Bowl.
Yes. No.
Why is
Because Lent is later.
Yes.
Why is 2027?
So they pushed it 1 year.
That's because Mardi Gras starts later.
I don't know why I thought I was just thinking that was probably.
They have not announced that yet. 2025 is the last one that's been set.
And I think for some reason I thought that's what I read a while ago. So I don't know.
Are the Bears supposed to get a new stadium, Mick?
They are making overtures about going out into the suburbs.
They've bought the land, I heard.
Yeah. The McCaskey family bought the land, and that was just a bad idea what they did with Soldier Field.
Yeah.
It's like they had a satellite or like this moon thing come and land on top of an old stadium. It's just weird. And it's still outdoors.
Yeah, they want an indoor stadium.
Yeah.
So they get a Super Bowl draft, that kind of stuff.
Right, exactly. Because
nobody's going to Chicago to play the Super Bowl in an outdoor stadium.
The only reason they went to Minneapolis is because they at least had a new stadium and a roof on top, right? They're just not going to do that.
They did that one in New York that 1 year. That was cold.
Yes, and they got away with it.
Yeah.
I was there for that, yeah.
For that Super Bowl? Did you get invited?
It snowed the day after.
Right.
And the Farmer's Almanac, which is the best. I'm sorry, guys. That's something
it's like your
every
weather
year,
Bible,
bro. It was the day they said the Super Bowl would be great, and they said the day after it would snow, and that's exactly what happened.
How far in advance did they know that?
When does the Farmer's Almanac come out? I don't know.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Aren't you familiar?
Yeah, that's a farmer guy. Yeah.
He's quoting the Bible, but he doesn't know the Farmer's Almanac.
Come on, man. But they are right every year. I mean, it was way.
They don't update it like the Farmer's Almanac. It's like when they originally wrote the Farmer's Almanac.
I don't know, Bill.
Is right from year to year.
I don't know, but
got predictions
they come
of what's going to happen
every year. I don't know if they go back to 1800 and say in 2021 the Super Bowl won't be played. I don't know about that.
Have you ever had is there a book, The Farmer's Almanac, that someone can get for Christmas?
I look it up online. I don't need pages.
It could be a stocking stuffer.
You get a farmer to sign it?
Walt Garrison.
Get Jim Farmer or somebody.
I'm going to get Walt Garrison. He's a fighting.
Go out to Louisville.
Walt Garrison is a fighting farmer from Louisville High School.
Fighting farmer. Wow. Okay.
Boy. And on that note,
please.
I have concluded another day of broadcasting here on Mick Shots. And we'll be back tomorrow. Well, we might be back tomorrow at 1:30 for another edition of Mick Shots.
Go Cowboys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!